The empty promise. The sound is unmistakable. That hollow thump 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 of reels settling into another losing combination. You see it on the face of the player 2 seats down, a mix of hope and frustration, feeding another 20 into a machine that hasn't paid more than $1 in an hour. They're caught in a trance, convinced it's about to turn. It's gone cold, but it's due, they mutter. That single thought is one of the most profitable lies in casino history. As former casino employees, we saw this scene play out thousands of times. We watched players blame luck, timing, or even their players' cards. But what they never knew is that some machines aren't just cold by chance. They are mathematically and psychologically engineered to feel like they could pay, while systematically draining your bankroll. In the next 20 minutes, we pulling back the curtain to reveal the slot machines that insiders know to avoid, not based on superstition, but on cold, hard data and design. What you learn will permanently change the way you see the casino floor. 1. The biggest lie on the casino floor. Before we expose the specific machines, we have to dismantle the central myth that keeps bad slots in business. The idea that a machine is ever due for a win. Every spin on a modern slot machine is controlled by a random number generator, or RNG. This microchip spits out billions of combinations per second, and the instant you press spin, it locks in an outcome. The machine has no memory of the last 10, 100, or 10,000 spins. A slot that has paid a jackpot in a year has the exact same odds of paying on the next spin as a machine that just paid out 5 minutes ago. Believing a machine is hot or cold is a psychological trap called confirmation bias. 4. We only remember the times our theory seemed correct and ignore the hundreds of times it wasn't. Ex-employees know the truth. The casino floor isn't a magical place of hot and cold streaks. It's a massive grid of mathematical probabilities. And some of those probabilities are far, far worse than others. Now, where does the casino hide the worst ones? 2. The airport trap. Convenience costs a fortune. The first machine to avoid is one you see before you even check into your hotel, the airport slot. It seems like a harmless way to kill time, but former casino employees and gaming commissions will tell you these machines have some of the worst payback percentages in the industry. 3. The branded blockbuster bust. You see them from across the floor, the giant, flashy cabinets with themes from your favorite movies, TV shows, or rock bands. Game of Thrones, Wheel of Fortune, Monopoly. They're designed to draw you in with familiarity and spectacle. But here's the secret ex-employees know. Someone has to pay the licensing fees for that branding, and it's not the casino. That multi-million-dollar fee is often baked into the machine's math, resulting in a lower RTP. While not every branded slot has bad odds, it's a common trend. A slot manufacturer has to balance the cost of the license, which can lead to payout structures that favor the house more heavily. A former floor manager told me they call these entertainment tax machines because you're paying a premium for the flashy graphics and sound clips. You might get a kick out of seeing your favorite characters, but the machine next to it, a non-branded game from the same maker, could have a 3 to 4% higher payback. Over time, that difference is massive. Have you ever noticed how these games feel exciting but rarely build your balance? 4. The near-miss nightmares. This isn't about a specific title, but a deceptive machine type. These are the slots programmed with an unnervingly high number of near misses. You know the feeling. 2 jackpot symbols land, and the third one stops just 1 position away. Your heart skips a beat. You feel you were so close. That feeling is an intentional psychological trick. Game developers can program machines to show near-miss outcomes far more often than random chance would allow. It creates the illusion that you are on the verge of a big win, which encourages you to keep spinning out of frustration and anticipation. Machines like Lightning Link are often mentioned by insiders as having aggressive near-miss programming. This design exploits a flaw in our brain's reward system. The almost win triggers a similar chemical response to an actual win. An ex-technician once said, "The most profitable machines aren't the ones that pay the most. They're the ones players enjoy losing on the longest." A machine that constantly makes you feel like you almost won is doing its job perfectly for the casino. 5. The giant progressive mirage. Those towering signs displaying life-changing jackpots, megabucks, Wheel of Fortune progressives, are the ultimate casino advertisements. They sell the dream of winning millions from a single spin. But the mathematical reality is a nightmare. To fund that enormous top prize, the base game of a progressive slot has a significantly lower RTP. A portion of every single bet is siphoned off to feed the progressive pool. This means you get fewer small and medium wins during regular play. Your bankroll drains much faster on a progressive machine compared to a standalone game. The odds of hitting the top prize on a wide area progressive like Megabucks are astronomical, often quoted as 1 in 50 million or worse. You statistically have a better chance of being struck by lightning. Insiders know that these machines are bankroll killers for 99.9% of players. They are designed to sell lottery tickets, one spin at a time. Pro player move. If you're playing for entertainment and time on the machine, avoid the giant multi-million-dollar progressives. Your money will last significantly longer on non-progressive or smaller, local-only progressive machines. 6. The penny slot lie. The term penny slot is one of the most misleading phrases in a casino. It lures you in with the promise of low-risk fun, but these machines are often the fastest bankroll drainers on the floor. Here's why. You can't just bet 1 cent. To activate all the pay lines and features on a modern penny slot, you often have to bet 50, 100, or even 300 credits, meaning each spin costs between 50 cents and $3. Suddenly, that penny machine is more expensive than a traditional quarter or dollar slot. 5. Furthermore, gaming analysts and insiders have repeatedly pointed out that, as a category, penny slots have some of the lowest RTPs in the casino. Casinos know these games attract less savvy players who are focused on the low credit value, not the total bet or the overall payback percentage. An ex-slot host told me, "We make more from the penny players than the high rollers on a Tuesday." Why? Because hundreds of players are burning through $2 a spin without realizing their odds are worse than on the $1 machine right next to them. 7. The new machine myth. When a casino introduces a brand new, cutting-edge game, it's often surrounded by a crowd. Players flock to it, driven by a common myth that the casino makes new machines loose for the first few weeks to get players hooked. This is almost always false. Modern slot machines have their RTP percentages set by a chip from the manufacturer, and the casino chooses from a few pre-approved options. Changing this setting is a regulated process that involves paperwork and oversight. It's not something a manager does on a whim to promote a new game. So why does it sometimes seem like new machines pay out? It's simple volume. With so many people playing it, you're more likely to witness a win, fueling the confirmation bias that the machine is hot. In reality, new machines might actually have worse odds if they are flashy, branded games designed to recoup development and licensing costs quickly. Pro player move. Don't rush to a new machine assuming it has better odds. Instead, watch it for a while and try to find the RTP in the game's help screen if available. 8. The end cap confusion. There's an old, persistent belief that the machines on the ends of the aisles, the end caps, are looser. The theory was that casinos would place high-paying slots in high-traffic areas to create excitement and draw people into the row. While this may have had some truth in the past, modern casino floor design is far more complex. Today, floor layouts are fluid, with machines arranged in pods, circles, and small clusters to maximize exposure to a variety of games. The concept of a simple, high-visibility end cap is becoming outdated. Furthermore, with data analytics, casinos now know exactly which machines are performing well without resorting to such simple placement tricks. Some ex-employees even suggest the opposite can now be true. High-traffic spots might be filled with visually appealing but tighter games, as they'll get played regardless of payout. The takeaway is that a machine's physical location is no longer a reliable indicator of its payout percentage. Assuming the end cap is a winner is a dated strategy that casinos are happy for you to follow. 9. The deceptive multigame machine. The multigame terminals, often found at casino bars, seem to offer the best of all worlds: slots, keno, and video poker all in one unit. The appeal is variety and comfort. You can sit, have a drink, and switch games without ever moving. However, this convenience often comes at a hidden cost. The payout tables on these multi-game machines, especially for video poker, can be significantly worse than on dedicated, standalone machines. For example, a full-pay jacks or better video poker game might have an RTP of over 99%, but the version on a multi-game bar top unit might be closer to 95 to 96%. The casino banks on the fact that you're a captive audience, more focused on your drink and the social atmosphere than on scrutinizing pay tables. For slots on these units, the options are often generic, older titles with non-competitive RTPs. As an ex-beverage manager noted, those machines pay for the bartender's salary. They're profitable because no one checks the math. Unless you verify the pay tables, assume the convenience of a multi-game unit is costing you in odds. 10. High volatility heartbreak machines. Volatility, or variance, is a concept every smart player needs to understand. It describes how a machine pays out. Low volatility machines pay out frequent, small wins. High volatility machines, on the other hand, have long dry spells punctuated by rare, large jackpots. Many of the most visually exciting and popular games, like the Buffalo series, are notoriously high volatility. 7. These are the machines that insiders see players pour hundreds of dollars into without a single significant win. They are designed for a high-risk, high-reward experience, but most players only experience the risk. The allure is the chance for a massive bonus round, but the machine will burn through your bankroll while you wait for it. A former slot attendant told me they call these jackpot or nothing machines. The problem is, for the vast majority of players, it's nothing. Pro player move. If your goal is to play for a long time on a limited budget, avoid high volatility games. You can often get a sense of a machine's volatility by looking at its pay table. If the top prizes are enormous multiples of the lower ones, it's likely a high volatility trap. 11. The skill-based sham. In recent years, casinos have introduced skill-based slot machines to attract a younger, video game-oriented audience. These games feature bonus rounds that involve some element of skill, like shooting targets or navigating a maze. The implication is that if you're good at the bonus game, you can increase your winnings. But here's the closely guarded secret. The impact of skill is almost always negligible. Regulatory filings and game design documents show that the skill component often has a minimal effect on the overall RTP. For example, the bonus round might only contribute 2 to 4% to the total payback, and the difference between a perfect and a terrible player might be less than 1%. The game is still overwhelmingly decided by the RNG. The skill element is a psychological illusion designed to give you a false sense of control over the outcome. You feel like you're outsmarting the machine, but in reality, the math is just as rigid as on any traditional slot. 12. The outdated and forgotten machines. You might walk past a bank of older, visually dated slot machines tucked away in a low-traffic corner of the casino and think you've found a hidden gem. The myth is that these older, simpler games are looser and have better odds than the complex new video slots. This is a dangerous assumption. While some classic three-reel machines do have a high RTP, many of these forgotten machines are still on the floor for a simple reason. They have a high hold percentage for the casino. They may not be popular, but the few people who play them lose money at a reliable rate. Casinos are businesses, and underperforming assets get replaced. If a machine has been sitting there for years, it's not because the casino is doing you a favor. It's because it's still earning its keep. Furthermore, as technology has evolved, players have come to expect more entertainment value, which these machines lack. Don't mistake old for better. A machine's age is not an indicator of its generosity. 13. The pro player mindset shift. So, after avoiding all these traps, which machine should you play? The answer isn't a specific title, because the single biggest secret ex-casino employees know is this. Smart players don't hunt for lucky machines. They hunt for good numbers. The ultimate pro move is to shift your entire mindset from superstition to strategy. That means doing the one thing 99% of players never do. Checking the return to player, RTP, percentage. Many modern machines display this information in their help or information screens. A good machine might have an RTP of 96% or higher. A bad one could be 88%. That 8% difference is everything. Here is your checklist. 1. Find the RTP. Look for it in the help menu. If it's not there, be suspicious. 2. Assess the volatility. Is the pay table balanced, or is it a high-risk, jackpot or nothing game? Choose one that matches your budget and goals. 3. Ignore the location. A machine's placement is not a reliable clue. 4. Avoid obvious traps. Steer clear of airport slots, big branded games, and the penny slot lie. This mindset shift is the only secret that truly works. Playing smart and staying safe. We've uncovered the airport traps, the branded busts, and the psychological tricks engineered into the very code of the machines you play. The goal isn't to make you fear the casino, but to empower you to walk onto the floor with the confident eyes of an insider. The truth is, no slot machine is a good investment. They are all, by design, guaranteed to make money for the house over the long run. The real objective is to get the most entertainment and playtime for your budget. By avoiding the machines with the worst odds and the most deceptive designs, you stretch your money further, increasing your time and your chances for a short-term win. The ultimate pro move is knowing when to walk away. Set a budget, stick to it, and treat your time at the casino as a prepaid entertainment expense. Celebrate your wins, accept your losses, and never, ever believe a machine is due. That's how you walk out with your wallet and your dignity intact. Play smart, stay safe, and have fun.